So you're this young guy, your sophomore year, your sister has a very serious accident. What does this do to you and your mindset and your mental? How do you find your way through that?
So it happened on May 12th, and the next day we had a varsity baseball game. And as a sophomore, I played varsity. And my baseball coach is one of the greatest men I've ever known. His name was Thomas Graham, and he's a Hall of Famer in Massachusetts as a baseball coach. He was also a football coach, and he had a football coach. He chewed on the cigar and he squinted a lot, like Clint Eastwood. And like I tell a story that like as a freshman, I played a little varsity, and he would line you up and go back and forth like a drill sergeant, and he would say like, one thing we're not going to have on this team is we're not going to have any squirrels. And I'm a freshman, and I'm like, and I raised my hand. I'm like, because I don't want to be a squirrel. I'm like, Mr. Graham, what's a squirrel? And he like gets within a half inch of my face. He's like, a squirrel is someone that eats their nuts. He goes, John, you wouldn't be here if you were a squirrel. He goes, but we might have some squirrels. And he like looks to the guy next to me, and just classic. But for example, he was so on your team, like, he might have hold you to whatever standard, that he thought you could rise to, and I can tell a million stories about him in high school, but the loneliest moment I ever had is that I obviously did not go to school the next day after my sister's accident. We had a huge game. The bus picked me up at the hospital. They had my uniform, cleats, like, all of these things, and in that bus ride, I believe we played East Bridgewater that day, is that not one person talked to me. And it's funny because I tell people when trauma is going on or if someone has someone in the hospital, you can just tell them or someone passes away, whatever awful thing has happened is that just tell them it sucks. Like you understand that it stinks, it's terrible, like, but say something because what happens is 3 months later go by and you haven't said anything. 6 months later goes by. But I play in this game. I played first base. I think I made 5 errors my entire career, and 3 of them were in that game. I went 0 for 3. I think I struck out less than 10 times in my 4 years, and I think I struck out twice that day. Then no one talked to me on the bus ride home.
Nobody knew what to say, and
Nobody
I
knew
I
what
feel
to
the
say.
same way you do. I say to people all the time, "Say something." I mean, we don't know what to
1000%.
say. I mean, especially a young 16, 17-year-old boy. I mean, we don't know what to say, but you're saying, "Say something."
Say something.
Okay.
Acknowledge, even if you don't know what to say, do it in the make a mistake because even if you make the person laugh, they're gonna have need to laugh. Like, I think that what I find at funerals is that at some point in time, whoever's most devastated will laugh about something because someone has a story about something, and it starts at least making you remember the person the way that you remembered them.
That's the human connection piece.
1000%.